Tony Stewart is in the Fox booth. Trackhouse has a golfer, and Hailie Deegan, Austin Cindric, Harrison Burton, and Chase Briscoe are sharing a ride at Daytona. All that and more coming up next. Before we get going, if I haven't earned your subscription, hopefully I will earn that subscription today. Okay, let's get into it. Fox announced during the football game that Tony Stewart will be in the booth for the first two races of the season with Mike Joy and Clint Bowyer. Now, after that, they're going to apparently rotate their thing according to Adam Stern. But Tony Stewart said of this deal that because this was the first race and probably the only race at the LA Coliseum and the Daytona 500, he couldn't pass up an opportunity like that. So I think it'll be really interesting to see Tony Stewart in the booth. He doesn't usually hold back with what he has to say. So I think he'd be a perfect fit for being in that booth, especially with a guy like Clint Bowyer. And good luck to Mike Joy reining them in. But I think the other interesting part of that is I kind of like this business model for Fox where you just bring different people in, like sort of almost like a celebrity announcer type deal. I think it's going to be really good because you're going to have a whole bunch of different options. You'll have different people that'll fit for different tracks. So this could really work well for Fox going forward. A lot of people had felt like Fox had gotten stale. I actually prefer Fox's coverage to NBC's, but I know I'm probably in the minority with that. But I thought this was a really good move because you can rotate a whole bunch of people in, and if somebody takes off and that's a really good fit for you, you can have that person in your booth going forward. So I think this is a great move for Fox, and I think it's going to work out well for them. NASCAR drivers and teams are no stranger to branching out and trying other sports or managing other people in other sports. Austin Dillon has a pro rodeo team. Kevin Harvick in the past has sponsored fighters for their fight camps. And now Trackhouse has got a golfer. James Hahn has been signed by Trackhouse. Entertainment Group announced the news on January 21st that a press release founder Justin Marks explained that the goal is to align with the athletes and personalities across multiple sports. Joining forces with Hahn accomplishes this goal and introduces Trackhouse to an entirely different audience. This article is from John Newby, by the way, of The Heavy. And James Hahn said about this in a tweet, "Thrilled to be represented by the Trackhouse brand. Trackhouse is much more than a NASCAR team. It's a brand that seeks to unite people, inspire through storytelling, and invest in great experiences. Looking forward to representing them on the course in 2022. So I'm not much of a golfer. I don't know a ton about golf other than it's frustrating, and I don't like it. But going forward, I guess when it's on TV, I'll be pulling for James Hahn because he has that NASCAR connection. And after a very long off-season, racing season is finally upon us. The 24 hours at Daytona, my official kicking off of the next season in my mind, is finally here. But before the 24-hour race, there is a Continental GT race before that, or Continental Tire GT race before that. And in that race, in a pink Ford Mustang, will be 4 NASCAR drivers teaming up. It will be Hailie Deegan, Austin Cindric, Harrison Burton, Chase Briscoe in the BMW M Endurance Series in IMSA. The race will take place January 28th at Daytona. And of note, one day after this, Austin Cindric will be driving the number 15 Proton USA Mercury GT3 GT Pro at the 60th Rolex 24 at Daytona. Of course, Austin Cindric is no stranger to IMSA racing. He spent a good deal of time there developing his craft. So he is no slouch when it comes to road course racing. But those other 3, Hailie Deegan, Harrison Burton, and Chase Briscoe, they will be getting some serious experience, especially for the new car, which appears to be more like a sports car than the previous Cup car. So I think it's a good move for all the people involved. I think Hailie Deegan has 3 or 4 truck races that are on road courses. And I think there are 6 Cup races this year that are on road courses. So this will be great experience for all those guys. And Arca Victory Lane will look a little bit different this year. They have signed a deal with Sprecher Brewing Company. Sprecher Brewing Company makes craft sodas. So Instead of, spraying champagne, they will probably be spraying craft soda in Victory Lane in the Arca Menard series. So that's a good deal for them. I'd like to see a little bit of money injected into the Arca series. All right, guys, that is all I've got for you today. If you like the content, please feel free to subscribe down below. If you've got something in the comments, leave it in the comments. And other than that, thanks for your time. Peace.